Matt Rhule squelches the conversation about firing his offensive coordinator, Marcus Satterfield. And, Penn State made a move this week on their offensive coordinator, James Franklin, after their 24-15 loss to Michigan, where they made some game management mistakes, like going for 2 when they shouldn't have early, and then going for 2 again late when they shouldn't have. Just dumb things that really were questioned. On Monday morning, they made the move and fired their offensive coordinator, Sunday. It's led to a lot of discussion. Nebraska's offense has struggled. Will Matt Rhule look at something different with his offensive situation next year? And Steve Sipple, he immediately squelched that discussion on Monday.
Yeah, he wasn't even asked about it. I mean, it was just part of the discussion. And I thought I thought these were the most important and interesting comments of the week that he said, I'm not making a change. And he said, why would I make these guys learn a whole new language? He could have said, why would I make these young guys on offense, all these young guys, learn a whole new offensive language? That's what we're talking about. It's not necessarily, it depends who you bring in as to how profound the difference is in offenses, but they're learning a new language no matter what. If you do that, why do that? Especially, again, with so many young players. These are important matters, and I like that Rhule got in front of it, because it's a common sense discussion, but there's no doubt that, like, the quarterback room, if Matt wouldn't have said that stuff, those quarterbacks would wonder, are we going to have Satterfield next year? That uneasiness is a factor. Now, Matt ended it. And now the last thing I'd say, Sean, is with Satterfield, it's sort of a two-pronged discussion. They sort of bleed into each other and they sort of don't. As far as his offensive coordinator play calling duties, I kind of give him a pass because of all the injuries. I don't expect much from this offense with the personnel they have. If they had Marcus Washington, Isaiah Garcia Castaneda,
it's the turnovers,
and Xavier Betts and Ramir Johnson and Gabe Irvin, and a couple of more, Turner Corcoran, and who else? I mean, there's another offensive lineman injured. I would look at it differently. Now, as far as the quarterback job and coaching the quarterbacks, I don't give him a pass. It's been terrible. It's been embarrassing. He's done a horrible job with those guys. That's the only way to say it. I bet you he would say that. I bet you Marcus Satterfield would say, yeah. I mean, you have 22 turnovers.
Well, what was their plan when they came in on offense? They were going to build this thing around who?
Sims.
And it's been a disaster.
An utter disaster. They picked the wrong guy.
Their plan B was a guy that is a tight end. I mean, that Mark Whipple wanted to move to tight end.
Yeah, now, easy. Heinrich's a quarterback.
No, I know. I'm saying when they took over the job, the notes that Mark Whipple left for them said that this guy's another position.
Absolutely.
Think about the first week of camp. The reporters asked Harburg if he'd be open to move positions.
One of the first questions to him. But and then it's your guy.
And it's your guy. And then Chuba, who's always been there, but has not been always available.
Right.
So that's where it all starts. I mean, they put all their NIL and poker chips on Jeff Sims. Amigos did. Acres Equipment did. All these people said, this is the guy.
Yeah.
Gary Michaels Clothing.
Well,
this is the guy.
They based it on what the coaches said about him during the offseason, which, as you recall, was glowing.
In the spring. You hear stories in the spring.
Yeah. I mean, I wrote some of it. I mean, they saw something in Sims. I don't know if it's a 7-on-7 matter, where if you see a 6'4", 220-pounder that has a pretty release, you might kind of fall in love with him and not think, okay, how's he going to look? How's Jeff Sims going to look in 11-on-11 against Big Ten tough defenses in weather that's imperfect and sometimes just terrible? Then what's it look like? 7-on-7 is, I think 7-on-7 can present a misleading picture
because it's clean.
It's clean. They're in short pants. There's no tackling. I mean, a guy can look really good in that setting, and it doesn't carry over to 11-on-11 when the heat is on, or when the heat is on in the cold. And you see the Big Ten defenses, Sean, even these teams that we say aren't very good, just hit the living hell out of you.
Oh, yeah. Harburg hasn't lasted.
Right. He got hammered.
And it was not even the Big Ten games, the Louisiana Tech and Northern Illinois game where he got hit hard in those games.
Yeah.
And everyone.
But think about how Purdue hit him. Think about those
edge guys,
how they hit him, how that safety hit him down near the goal line. I mean, those are like violent hits.
It just really makes you the way the players are developed in this league more for the future of the NFL. Like the old school Nebraska, like Crouch style offense. Like, could Crouch have made it through a season?
Good question.
I mean, I don't know.
Now Crouch was
tougher
than he was
like
a leather. He was
like that hard in the Big 12.
He was like a leather boot now, and Frost was too. It depends who you're talking about.
But there would always be like 4 or 5 games where you just knew Nebraska was going to win by 40 points.
Yeah, and you didn't worry about your quarterback getting hit that much. It's different. It's a different world. You see how they get hit.
The money in this league has equalized everybody, where they all have developed players and good coaching staffs.
Yeah, and again, I go back to the defenses. I marvel at what I watch from like Northwestern. When we saw Northwestern play Nebraska, that is a veteran defense, and they were crushing hits in that game. So yeah, and smart football guys told me in September, Sipple, Harburg, the option can work for a while, but teams will figure it out.
The edge plays too good.
They'll get better. The edge plays good. And then when it gets cold, those hits feel a lot different. In the cold weather, those hits feel a lot different.
Well, and there's one problem with the option. If they overplay it and put a man on the quarterback and a man on the running back, who are you going to option?
Well, that's the thing. When you play good teams with good edge guys, they have edge guys that can take the quarterback and the running back.
But a lot of teams have been putting someone on Harburg and the pitch man. The whole point of the option is you force a player to make a choice. So what if there's no choice to make?
That's true. But there's some guys on the edge that can handle both.
And then you're really in trouble.
You're really in trouble because the numbers don't.
And that the option pass play, it worked twice in the year. It's going to be hard for that to work against the next 2 weeks.
You knew after the second one, teams will be watching.
I mean, Michigan State threw that play down like a rag doll.
Yeah.
When they tried to, I mean, they're prepared for it. When they see a certain look and it's Coleman or Lloyd and it's under center,
100,
they know to be ready for that option pass play.
Yep.
It's going to be really hard to surprise.
Yeah. You almost got to try to work off of it. But I'm not paid enough to know how you're paying me well, but not that well. I don't know what you do to work off of.
Hey, and I'm going to feed you well Friday.
Oh, why? We're
going to Tornado Room
and what's
Steakhouse in Madison.
What does that mean?
We get some steak.
Yeah, how good?
Oh, it's going to be out there. Megan, see if you can pull a picture up of this place. The Tornado Room in Madison. One of my favorite spots in the Big Ten. Robert and I, this will be I think at least our 4th time.
You've talked about it. I've heard you talk about it.
Well, it's old school. It's dim.
Oh, that's what I like.
And, it's 1960s.
God, that's beautiful.
And it's one of those places. What I like, there's the bar.
Megan's amazing.
She got the bar in the restaurant.
Amazing. Oh, yeah. It looks like
But we can walk in from our hotel to this place. We've sat at the bar. We've sat in the lounge before. The first time we went there, we didn't realize how hard it was to get a reservation. And there was some truck driver that was in Madison by himself. And he just told Robin and I we could join him at his table. and one of those little booths there. See these little booths? And
it's a lonely truck driver.
And so we sat with this guy we didn't know from Adam at our first trip there. And Robin's like, God, that was weird. I'm like, yeah, it was. But the steak was beautiful. It was
actually that's beautiful. I hope
we have a reservation. We have
there's a truck driver there that needs company. Yeah. Hey, we got you.
Look at those drinks. Yeah, this is a great place. If you're a Husker fan and you want to go there,
oh God, that looks good.
You can get in the bar. It's first come, first serve in the bar, but the restaurant side usually
we're sitting at a table though.
Yeah, we have a table.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll see you there Friday night. If not, we're going to be at State Street Brats, and that will be the unofficial media party Friday night.
Yeah, I probably won't make that, but I'll definitely do the Tornado Room. Tornado Room?
Club room.
Yeah, I'm doing a Tornado Room.
So we will have.
They even got a jukebox. Don't let me
quarters.
Don't let me
bring your quarters there. All right. Well,
they surely make you put dollars in there.
We've got a great special going on right now this week at HuskerOnline for the Wisconsin game, for the trophy game series. By the way, the Freedom Trophy.
Yeah,
it's a Freedom Trophy, right? Not the Liberty. I keep wanting to say Liberty Trophy.
No, it's the Freedom Trophy.
It's the Freedom Trophy. The Freedom Akamaladin Trophy.
No, it's the Freedom Trophy.
But we got a great special for the Freedom Trophy game this weekend.
God.
50% off HuskerOnline.com. You can get an annual subscription for half the price. It's the best deal you're going to get at Husker Online. That runs through the weekend. So check us out at HuskerOnline.com. New subscribers only on that special. And we will be live as well from Camp Randall for our post-game live show. We're shooting for a midnight start. We're told that we're probably going to be out of the stadium by a hard 1 a.m. So we're going to do our best to get close to an hour post-game talk, but we will be on live around midnight Saturday night after the Nebraska-Wisconsin game for Husker Online post-game live.